What they are doing is utter nonsense and heresy, or, in English, it's call it what you like.
If some foreign troops appear in Ukraine, especially now, during the hostilities, we assume that these will be legitimate targets for destruction.
And what about the security guarantees aspect of that with Ukraine, sir?
Today, we have 26 countries that have formally committed themselves, and several others have yet to clarify their position, but 26 countries that have committed themselves to deploying troops in Ukraine as a reassurance force, or to being present on the ground, at sea or in the air to provide this reassurance to the Ukrainian territories and to Ukraine. The day after, ceasefire or peace. This force is not intended to wage war against Russia, but to guarantee peace and provide a clear strategic signal. It will be deployed within the framework of a ceasefire, not on the front line, but in geographies that are in the process of being defined, but they aim to prevent any new major aggression and to involve the 26 states very clearly in Ukraine's lasting security. At the end of the summit, we decided to launch the political and legal work to extend these security guarantees to all the countries in the coalition with Ukraine. And then we had a call with President Trump where we were able to establish all of this. The conclusions of this appeal are simple. In the next few days, we will be finalizing US support for these safety guarantees. What they are doing is utter nonsense and heresy, or, in English, call it what you like. They gather and debate on what guarantees to give to Ukraine. They conjure up something for themselves for unclear reasons and then present it as guarantees. This will have no consequences for Russia. I would like to remind you that 3 years ago, in August 2022, we were already discussing issues of increasing the security of the state border in the northwest of the country, namely the Karelian segment, in the context of NATO expansion. But since then, quite a few events have occurred, and the head of state has issued several orders to strengthen the protection and guarding of the state border in this direction. Unfortunately, neighbors, particularly the Baltic countries, Finland, Norway, and Poland, are increasing their military activity near our territory. We have just been at the border with Finland. There, if not military activity, various walls, barriers, and other infrastructures are being built, suitable for the deployment of military units. We certainly need to enhance the reliability of border protection, provide fortification equipment, and secure the territories of the regions. We discussed this with regional governors, which is why they are here in this hall today. Certainly, we need to address all components of this work.
If some foreign troops appear in Ukraine, especially now, during the hostilities, we assume that these will be legitimate targets for destruction. And if the decisions that will lead to peace, to a long-term peace, are reached, then I simply do not see any point in their being in the territory of Ukraine. That's all. Because if these agreements are reached, let no one doubt that Russia will fully implement them. And we will respect the security guarantees that, of course, must be worked out both for Russia and for Ukraine. And I repeat once again, Russia will certainly implement these agreements. But in any case, no one has discussed this with us at a serious level yet.
And what about the security guarantees aspect of that with Ukraine, sir?
Well, we'll work that out. We'll help them. Look, we want to save a lot of lives, so we'll do something with that. I think people expect that. We'll help them. Europe will be first in by far, and they want to be first, and they want to see it end. Europe wants to see it end, and it'll end. It'll end all of a sudden. It's going to come together. You watch.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.